We are continuing on with point slope form. So again, make sure you know what point slope form is from yesterday. It's just a different way when you're given the point and a slope. Again, here is what point slope form is. Again, you need one ordered pair, x sub 1 and y sub 1, that are numbers, and you need the slope of the line. It's still a linear equation, okay? Okay, so here we go. It says, this is just a reminder of yesterday. So you have, or 2 days ago, maybe, I don't know, x sub 1, y sub 1, and the slope. And as a reminder, here is point slope form. Might want to have that on the top of your page today. Okay, so I just do y minus my y sub 1, my slope, x minus my x sub 1. Okay, now just look, is there any minus and negatives or zeros? Yes, at the end. Okay, again, now I'm not going to write it over. Do you know which ordered pair is x and which is y? So I do y minus my y equals my slope. Oops, and not another equal. Don't be super equally. And then x minus my x. And I look, are there any double minus negatives? Are there any zeros? And this one, again, y minus, what's my y in my ordered pair? My slope is -1, and my x minus my x. X's go by x's, y's go by y's. But do you see we have a minus a -2, which is really plus plus, and minus a -1, which is really just plus plus. And that's all point slope form is. Okay, now here we go. It says, if you are given 2 points, first find the slope, then pick a point to use in point slope form. So first you gotta find slope, like we did the other day. So y minus y over x minus x. So y minus y, -2 minus 2 over x minus x, 1 minus 3. So do the keep, change, change, and I get a -4. Keep, change, change, and I get a -2. That reduces to 2. Now, let's say I want to use this point and this slope. Well, it's y minus my y in my ordered pair equals my slope, x minus my x. And that's it. And again, I double check, and is there any minus minus? Is there zeros? What if I want to use that point? Because we really have 2 points. Well, I could definitely do that. Then my equation would be y minus my y of that one. My slope is still the same slope, and x minus my x of that second point. The only difference is for this one, I need to change that to 2, and that stays the same. Okay? Good. So you could, both of the answers, this answer is perfect and this answer is perfect. Okay. Okay, here, I'm going to start with the slope. I'm going to write it over here. Y minus y. So -1 minus 2, 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1. So the top is keep, change, change. The bottom is just a 3. That gives me, do you see, -1 for the slope. And then I just choose, if I want my first point, and that is the slope, it's y minus my y equals my slope, x minus my x. If I want to use that ordered pair, I definitely can, and I still use that slope, y minus a -1. My slope is still a -1, x minus 4. This one, I just would want you to make that a plus. But either the red answer or the blue answer are both perfect as long as the numbers are in the right spot. Okay, great. Okay, let's do a couple more. Okay, so y minus y, remember we're finding slope. We're finding the slope, -1 minus a -3, x minus x, 2 minus a -2. So I have to do the changes on the top and the bottom. So I get 2 over 4, which is just 1/2. And that's my m. Okay, so say I want to use this one. I do y minus my y value. The slope, remember, is going to be the slope regardless. X minus my x value of the point I chose. So I would have to say that's actually a +3 and a +2. Now, if I want to write the red one, the second one instead, I would start with y minus -1. And my slope is still the slope, x minus 2. But I would need to say that's a +1 and everything else remains the same. So again, this answer is your answer if you chose 0.2. This is 0.1. It's up to you a little bit. Okay, let's do another one. Okay, y minus y, -1 minus 1, x minus x, 4 minus a -4. Keep, change gives me a -2. Keep, change gives me 8. Do you see that reduces to a -1/4? And now I'm going to do the same thing. What if I chose 0.1? Y minus 1, my slope. Oh, that's a 4th, isn't it? Sorry about that. So it's -1/4. X minus my x value. I look for zeros and I look for negatives. I see a minus and negative here. Or I could choose that one. So I would have y minus a -1 and x minus 4. And that just means that minus a negative becomes plus a positive and everything else stays the same. So again, this answer or this answer are what you want. Okay, if you want, you can go on to the continuing on to the point slope form worksheet from yesterday. I know I oopsed a little. We're going to do 11 through 19. Check your answers in the key and take the formative. If you're ready, move on for that. If not, let's go backwards. These just to make sure you want to, if you want to do a few more. But like I said, you can go on if you feel comfortable. Okay, so I'm going to keep going. What's my slope? -9 minus a -3. -1 minus 1. Keep, change. Keep, change gives me a slope of positive, actually. A negative over a negative is a positive. Then if I pick the first point, my y is 3, -3. My x is 1, so I would have a y plus 3, but still that x minus 1 stays. If I want the second one, I can choose a -9 for y. Slope stays the same. And I would just probably switch this over. Okay, one more just to see if you're still hanging on. Y minus y, x minus x. So that gives me a -2 over 1, or just -2, simplified. Now I could pick my first one, y minus y, my slope, x minus x. Okay, nothing to switch up, nothing to change. Or I could pick this one, y minus y, my slope, x minus x. And again, when you have a 0, you don't really write that out there. Okay, so again, if you were holding on to see the last few problems, you can go on to finish the worksheet today. You can skip number 20. Okay. Have a great day. Let me know if you have problems.